Alright, so we have page 346 from the book, and these are the numbers that we're going to go through. So, we have the first one that you guys wanted is number 13. So, 13, it says, write an equation for the line that is parallel to the given line that passes through the point. Alright, so the first one we have is y equals 6x minus 2, and it passes through the point 0, 0. Alright, so just like today's first 6 problems, it asks, the first thing we have to do is always find the slope of the line. So the slope of this line, class, is what? 6. So the slope of this line is 6. The slope of the parallel lines have the same slope. So the parallel slope is also 6. It's the number in front of the x's where we're getting the slope. Now, we have a slope and we have a point, so we can use the what formula? We have a slope and we have a point, so we can use the point slope formula. So that is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. We have here our y value. So I look at my y value, which is 0. And my slope is 6. And then we have x minus 0. We want to simplify it. We want to solve for y. So what's my first thing I have to do, class? Distribute. I know one person understands it. Now, we have y minus 0 is just, what is y minus 0? Y. So we have y equals 6 times x is 6x. And 6 times 0 is 0. So if I added 0 to this, does it matter? No. So there's my answer. Or 13, yeah. All right, 15. 15 is doing the same thing, but we are given the equation y is equal to a negative 2x plus 3. And the point is negative 3, 5. So, first question to you guys is, what is the slope of the parallel line? What is the slope of the parallel line? When you look for your x, the number in front of your x is the slope of that line. If it's parallel line, it's the what kind of slope? Same slope. So this parallel line slope of this is what, class? What is the parallel? I want everyone. What is the parallel slope of this line? Negative 2. The slope of the parallel line is negative 2. All right. We have our slope and we have a point. We can use the what formula? The point slope. So we have y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Looking at my y value, looking at 5, I have to put in a negative 5, so I have y minus 5 is equal to my slope of negative 2 times x, and what am I going to put after it? Plus 3. Then I have to clean it up. So what is my first step? Yep, distribute, and I'm just doing it as a class for this morning. So distribute. So we have y minus 5 is equal to negative 2 times x is negative 2x. Negative 2 times 3 is negative 6. We only have one last thing we have to do. What do we have to do? John, you could wait. Go ahead. But next time we'll just shout it out. But go ahead.
Oh, okay. You have to add 5.
We're gonna add 5. So we're gonna add 5. So y is equal to a negative 2x minus 1. So now we go to 17. 17 is y equals 0.5x minus 8, and we have 8 minus, or the 0.8 and negative 5. All right. Class, what is the slope of the parallel line to this equation? 0.5. Just the number, because if I'm walking on this floor, what is my slope? What is my incline? 0, right? It's not 0 something, it's just 0. So it's just the number. Your slope or your incline is just the number. So we have 0.5. We have our point and slope. We put it into our equation. So we have y, and then class, what are you going to do after y? Which one's my y? 8 or 5? 8 or negative 5 is my y.
Oh no.
Alphabetical. X, y. So it's negative 5, so I have to do the opposite. So it's add 5 is equal to the 0.5 x and then minus 8. Very good. So I'm going to distribute. So I have y plus 5 is equal to 0.5x. 0.5 times a negative 8 is a negative 4. Is that right? Yeah, it should be. Maybe not. Yeah, it should be right. So if I added 5 to this side, I'd have 10. So how can I get rid of 5? So it would be minus it. So I have y equals 0.5x, and we have minus 9. So all of today's assignment, this is kind of what you have to do after you find the slope. Some of them are a little bit more tricky because you have to find the slope of them. All right, so we have 25. Now we are talking about perpendicular to the given line. If we have a perpendicular, if we're trying to find the slope of the perpendicular, what do we have to do, class? We have to flip the fraction and change the sign. So flip the fraction and change the sign. That's how we make a perpendicular line. So we flip that fraction, change the sign. We'll see. I don't know if we'll watch the video, but we are gonna, if we have time either today or tomorrow, we will sing the song with or without it. So through the given point. So 25, the equation is y equals 2x plus 7, and we have 0, 0. Is my first of all, what's my slope of this line? 2. So what's my slope of my perpendicular? So this is 1 over 2, and then we have to change the sign so it's a negative. Very good. That's a 2. All right. Now that I have my slope and I have my point, what am I going to do? So I'm going to put it in the y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. All right, now tell me what I'm going to write on the next line to putting it in.
Y minus 0 equals negative 1/2, and then x minus 0.
Very good. So I'm going to distribute. Can I clean up this right here? Does x minus 0, what is that? X. So I can clean up, let's clean up for a little bit. So we have y minus 0 is y equals, and then we have negative 1/2, and we know that this is just plain old x, because x minus 0 is x. I multiply these together, I get y equals negative 1/2 x. (27) you guys asked, it says, what's the perpendicular line through y equals 2x plus 7, oops, that's the one I just did, sorry, 27, y equals a negative 1/3 x plus 2 through the points 4, 2. Of my perpendicular line. So it's 3/1. And is it positive or negative? Positive, yep. Alright, so now you were saying that we put it into the y minus 2 equals 3. Well, 3/1 is just 3, so 3 parenthesis x minus 4. Very good. Tell me how to clean this up. Well, the first thing you always want to do is you want to get rid of that distribution. So you want to distribute first. So if I were to distribute, this side's y minus 2, what's this side? 3 times x is? 3 times negative 4 is? Negative 12. Then you're going to add 2 to both sides. So y is equal to 3x minus 10. We have, on 29, we have negative 10x plus 8y equals 3. And we're looking for the perpendicular line that passes through the point 15, 12. So the first thing we have to do is we have to find the slope of this line. What do I have to put this in? What equation do I have to put this in to find the slope? Y equals mx plus b. So I have to solve for y of this equation. So negative 10x plus 8y equals 3. I want to get this by itself. So how can I, negative 10x, how can I get it to the other side? Add 10x to both sides. So I have 8y equals 3 plus 10x, hopefully you guys know, is the same as 10x plus 3. Then I'm going to, do you know? No? Go ahead. I divide by 8 on everything. This is gone. Y equals 10/8 can be reduced to 5/4. 10 divided by 2 is 5. 8 divided by 2 is 4. X plus 3/8. Nope. This is, remember, this is the same as the top. Now we can find our slope of this. What's my slope of this equation? Class?
70.
5/4. So the perpendicular, it says flip the fraction. So 4/5, and then switch the sign, so negative. So our equation we have is y and minus my y value, so we have 12, so it's minus 12, is equal to my slope, negative 4/5, parenthesis x, my x value is 15. And last step is we have to distribute. So I want to distribute. Y minus 12 is equal to a negative 4/5 x. Negative and negative make a positive. In your calculator, go 4 divided by 5 times 15. So it's 12. Yep, it is 12. And the last step, how do I get rid of the negative 12? Plus 12. All right.